Hey, what is going on, guys? Me, Freedom Bear, and today I have Caitlyn, AD carry, probably one of my favorite ranged AD carries in the game, and gonna giving you guys my thoughts, opinions, breakdowns, how to play, and you know the norm. And here's a quick shout out to Black Ops 2 and Halo 4 coming out. Black Ops 2 just came out yesterday, technically whenever I made this video, and it's been a pretty good night. Went to the midnight release, had a lot of fun, and played the shit out of it. And you know, just Call of Duty. Fuck it. Anyways, so basically what I want to talk about is Caitlyn, the ranged AD carry that literally rapes everything and everyone. And what I wanted to basically talk about is just how brutal this character actually is. Caitlyn has an extremely long range compared to like most other like ranged characters, and it really benefits her a lot during team fights. All you need basically in any lane, in bottom lane usually you're going to be placed at since you're the AD carry, is to farm your CS pretty well. And if you get farmed quick early game and you carry your momentum, it's ridiculously hard to unstop you. Why I like Caitlyn so much is basically just she has a lot of sniping abilities, and she has a lot of map control as well, which just makes her like a really brutal character if you think about it. I mean, if you have a lot of sniping abilities and a lot of map control, I mean, it's just a disaster for the enemy team to actually try and, you know, do anything to you. So, and especially I love her Q just because it's so long range and it does so much damage. It's pretty good, and you can basically spam it every like I think 5 to 10 seconds depending if you ever get any cooldown reduction. But basically it's a really good spell to have. Really causes a lot of havoc for everyone, and just really good picking. She's a really good picker, and she does a lot of damage, and she has a lot of survivability just because she's able to get away with her E, which is a knockback and a slow. It doesn't even matter if you hit anything with it. Whatever direction you place it in, it will knock you back from that direction. So if you're in combat, it's easy to get out, stay back, and just deal massive damage, because Caitlyn's all about picking. So if you're sitting in the back and you're just landing constant damage, it's really painful no matter who you're hitting. It does a lot of damage to them, and you basically just crush the shit out of everything. And it's really hard to stop Caitlyn overall, just because she's so long range. You have to get into range, you have to go through the enemy team usually, and you have to get a lot of damage on her quickly, and hopefully you have some sort of CC effect so that you can keep her in place, because if not, she will. You can use her E and you can bounce back, and you can use her W, which will lay down a trap and basically just drop the shit out of everything. So, and whenever you sit in that trap, basically, you know, it just stops you, it does damage to you using line of sight. So, it's usually something that you don't want to be in or you want to walk close to, because it's a bitch whenever you're getting into team fights or whenever you're just alone, because that trap right there will let her get away from you and survive. So, it's one of the things you got to watch out is for her traps, because she will. Usually I, at least, place traps, since you can only have 3, I'll place them in different various parts. If I'm bottom laning, I'll put one in the top bush, put one in the bottom bush, and put one in the second bottom bush, just because it's very important to know, like if someone's coming, because they'll be sitting in the bush, they're not going to just walk out in the open unless they're all about to rush you. But usually they try and take their time and like gank you, and it's really a lot of help. Especially, it's just really a lot of help just because you have line of sight of the target. Plus, it just does it's like a decent amount of damage, and it restricts their movement. So it basically fucks them up. And this is the end of my first game, where I did a lot of work and got a lot of kills. Went really positive, probably like a 6.0, 7.0 KD. I think I won 15-2, not sure. But anyways, I pretty much wrecked that game, and something ridiculously high score. But anyways, since I've been talking about her abilities the whole entire time, I'm going to wrap it up real quick and basically talk about her E, which is her little knockback thing. Real quick, and her R, since I haven't really gotten into that very much. Basically what her E is, it's like a little short range slow, it does damage, and it knocks you back from whichever direction you go. Why I say short range, because it's not even close to anything else that you can do. For example, her R, which has an extremely long range, as you saw right there. I just used it, and her R has a very long range, and that's basically the kill shot standard. And it's basically like Lux's R, except it locks on, and there is a chance for it to be blocked. So if anyone walks in front of it, it will stop the bullet, which does an immense amount of damage, and that's basically what you use for cleanup shots. So just make sure you get a direct path, and hopefully no one flashes in front of that and blocks the bullet, because that is a bitch if someone blocks the bullet and they're like 1 health. So basically, just got to make sure you know when to use it, and make sure you have line of sight, because if you lose line of sight like really rapidly after you cast it, it will not work. So make sure you have a line of sight on it, and you will that's basically a free kill right there. So next I wanted to talk about basically what I like to get with this character. It's just another range AD carry, and what I wanted to talk about, which I haven't been talking about a lot, is basically getting a Bloodthirster really early game. Caitlyn would be extremely effective with a Bloodthirster and a Berserker's Greaves like early game, just because Bloodthirster is actually a really good thing to get early game, like second item wise, compared to after you get your boots, just because it gives you 100 attack damage, plus it's a really good farming item, and it's very good in fights just because the massive amount of attack damage, and you get the lifesteal. So if you're just sitting back and you're pounding on them, it's a very, very good item to have. And I mean, basically Caitlyn, basically what she does is she's in the very back. She wants to be behind everyone at all times, and she wants to be able to do that damage. So after you farm up your 40 stacks and you just sit back and just it does a lot of damage, and it gives you health. So if a ranged is attacking you, you're basically regaining all of your health, and it really helps out just because you're basically getting all your health back and you're doing a lot of damage. One of the things that you have to watch out with Caitlyn is they will go for you all the time, for example, so you need to be on point with your flash. Make sure you have a flash and an exhaust, and make sure you, if you can't get away with your E, flash out. But usually I try and use my E to get out of that, but you know, if it doesn't work, you can't flash. So anyways, make sure you have those abilities, those summoner abilities, because an exhaust is very important if you're going for a high game, because you will get targeted, and if you get into a 1v1 situation, you will be like, yeah, I really need that exhaust, that saved my ass. And you can basically just kite the shit out of them if they're running away. So it's very important to have that, and basically know when to use it. But anyways, what I wanted to continue on to is the rest of the build, which it really depends. Usually I like to go high attack damage right off the bat just to get my R really powered up, so it actually does a lot of damage. So after I get my Bloodthirster and my Berserker's Greaves, I will usually get another BF sword if I can, and by that time they shouldn't have that much armor. But usually your rune set should be able, for example, you should be using armor penetration runes. Speed runes would be nice, and that basically is it. Armor penetration, speed runes, and EXP runes, which I love to have on all of my AP or AD characters, excuse me. And just because it's a lot of damage, and it really helps out real quick to level you up and out-level your competition, especially with an AD carry, because it'll make you a lot more. Just a lot more viable. And this part I kind of screwed up on. I could have had a penta right here, and the way that I attacked this was I shouldn't have been attacking who I was attacking, and it basically fucked me over. I killed Teemo. Basically I should have killed Vayne right there, but I went for Lux and let her escape. And I didn't want to show the rest of that because I was a noob, and that was a fuck up, and I don't know, I thought I would have killed Lux faster than Vayne. Vayne was much lower, and I should have went for Vayne, then I should have just went right back to Lux after that, because she might have stayed for a little bit long, but I could have probably had a pentakill, and we talked about it, and we're like, yeah, so. Wish I could have got the pentakill for you guys, but, you know, shit happens, and pentakills are very rare, and I have had some in the past, probably about 10 to 15 in my whole entire career, but I wasn't recording back then, so anyways, just to wrap it up real quick, basically what I was talking about is making sure that you have armor penetration. Usually get movement speed with Caitlyn because it's nice to be able to keep in combat with everyone. And EXP gives you really good as well. And basically, that's it. And like I was saying, if you can get an IE quick, usually I get an IE right after Bloodthirster just because of planning purposes, and it helps a lot more. People will change that up occasionally, but it really depends on your type of game style or your gameplay, and I really think that Bloodthirster helps you out pretty much leveling up and everything else. But anyways, that was my Caitlyn video, and Caitlyn rocks, and thank you guys for watching. Peace out.